Hello guys, how are you doing today? It's another episode on Ask Coach Ruth. And I want to say welcome to my channel and let me also thank you very much for all the people that have been liking, watching, sharing. I appreciate you. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for being a part of this community. So as usual, today we have questions and I'm going to be answering the questions very soon. But before we do that, I always like to remind you that if you have questions that you would like to ask, just beneath the video, you would see a link there. Click on the link and you can ask your questions, and it's anonymous, so nobody knows it's you. And I get to answer your questions on one of the episodes on the page. That is why you should subscribe, so that you're notified and you can keep up on the episodes and know when your questions are answered. So today we have questions that we're going to answer, and I'm just going to get right into it. So this person says, I want to know how you would advise a person to deal after a talking stage has abruptly ended, with one person still having genuine feelings and expectations from the relationship, but they are left confused, never received closure, and the other party moving on and continuing with other women and never letting the person know when they ended the talking stage. How does someone recover from that? First of all, I would say congratulations, you dodged a bullet. And why do I say that? Because anyone who seems purposeful in the dating period should know that if you no longer find a person interesting, or you no longer find them attractive, you no longer want to date them, it is important to communicate it and let the person know, because really dating is friendship. It is really friendship that we're doing. So if I feel like, okay, this is not the kind of person that I can marry, it is important to amicably let the person know that, okay, I think that we are not compatible when it comes to marriage, rather than just, leaving the person with no closure, with no conversations, and then moving on to another person. It shows what kind of person that guy was. So that's why I said, congratulations, you dodged the bullet. On the other hand, the feelings are normal. The feelings you have are normal. You probably feel hurt, you feel disappointed. All of those feelings are normal. But the good thing is the feelings will eventually wear out. Our feelings do not control our lives. We control our feelings. So right now you feel disappointed, you feel hurt. Allow yourself to express to feel the pain. Eventually, healing takes time. It will eventually, you would be okay. That's what I would say. You would be okay. Before I met my husband, I was in relationships that felt like, after breakup, my life was going to crash. And I mean, you know the story. So you would be okay eventually. So what I would say is you really don't need the closure. The closure that you need is what the guy has given you. He has already showed you the kind of person that he is. He has also showed you that he does not want you. That is enough closure that you need. So what I would say is dust your feathers, adjust your crown, and move on. Move on. There will be another person who will find you interesting. And the honest truth is, if it's really dating, it's really friendship. In the course of dating, we're getting to know, okay, is this something that I want to take further? Do I want to have a committed relationship with this person? Can I marry this person? So basically, the closure you need is he's not interested in you. He's moved on to some other women. So move on to another woman. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. That's what I would say. Okay. So the second question here says, in the talking stage, is it fair to judge, in brackets, could not think of another word. Is it fair to judge a guy or lady by how his or her house looks like? I realize that when we meet a person and in the talking stage, we might consciously have expectations of how and where they stay looks like. This question is funny to me. So is it fair? That's the question, to judge. I wouldn't use the word fair. What I would say is definitely we should not pick someone just because their house looks nice or their house doesn't look nice. I think that is too flimsy to make a decision about who we would get married to. So if you what you're asking is, this sounds like this person, had expectations about how the guy's house should look like, and on getting there she probably saw that the house is not looking as nice as maybe the guy had portrayed himself, like someone who was well to do, let me put it that way. But again, making a decision about who you would marry should never, I think it is too flimsy to base it on whether he is in a nice house or he's not in a nice house. There are major reasons why you should consider marriage with someone. Your values are aligned, you're compatible spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, you like them, you're attracted to them. So all of that is really beyond the house that they live in. So if the house is not nice right now, maybe he doesn't have a lot of money now, but does he have a vision? Is he hardworking? Does he know what he's doing? Can you see the patterns of his life, that he's serious about his life? A house is just temporary. If he doesn't have a house now, in the next 5 years, he might have a very nice house. So I would say that it is not fair to judge someone that day. But if what you're saying is maybe the guy had told you things that gave you high expectations. The guy might have said a lot of things about himself, and then you had high expectations of his status, of his financial status. Now, that's another conversation, because, why would he tell lies, or why would he hype himself if he doesn't have all of those things? That's another thing. But if what you're saying is that, oh, his house is not that nice, is it fair to judge him? No, it is not fair to judge a guy or a lady, actually, a guy or lady by their current situation. What you should look at should be things that are of more value. Their character, the values that they hold there, are they hardworking? Are they intelligent? Do they have financial intelligence? Do they look like someone, that has a goal, that has a plan for their life? All of that is more important than where they are currently staying. So yes, so that's the end of our episode for today. If you learned something from this episode, put a comment. I'd like to read your comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you learned. And then we will see you again next week on another episode. Before then, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Bye.